That's why we got these things. So you gotta try.
I wish we had taken more time because it's
Excuse me, Mary?
paper and everything you sure out.
Fred, you can come down to it, boy. Come on now. Tell Joan, huh? Tell Joan to turn around. Tell Joan and Oz turn around. Where's Oz? Where's Oz? Oh, there, boy. Look. There it is. We're gonna come down in it, bro. Donna.
I'll round the meeting to say grace, after which we will move into the next room to attend our meeting.
Lord, bless this room to our use, and us to thy service. Christ's sake.
Yes, that's right. We used to. Nice place, grandfather.
But you put grandfathers and winter together, you've got a fair size. Pretty straight. Pretty small.
Another place.
Good afternoon. My name is Arthur Miller.
First of all, I would like to say that this is quite a turnout here this afternoon, quite a family reunion. We have around 57 people here this afternoon. What a reunion. What an idea. And the brainchild of this reunion is Dorothy Miller Glendenning, and we thank her for it. So let's show her our sincere appreciation in normal fashion. Also, I would like to mention that the chief organizer of this whole affair was Hugh Miller. I don't think that anyone else could arrange this but Hughie. Hughie knows probably almost as much as Aunt Dorothy here about the Millers and his family tree and their whereabouts. Hugh, as one might imagine, must have spent many countless hours in contacting people and putting this enormous event together for this afternoon. So let's give Aunt Dorothy's helper a warm hand of appreciation. And from the conversation here this afternoon, it seems like that he couldn't have picked a better place. Now let me tell you a little bit about our gracious hostess. In order to gather some information regarding this lady, I phoned my father. And he said, I don't know anything about this woman, he said. I live with my grandfather. You should phone your Uncle Oz. So I did. He said, because your Uncle Oz, he used to hang around with her. So I telephoned Uncle Oz, and he said, yes, that's true, I used to hang around with her while she courted Uncle Lean. And you notice I said, well, she courted Uncle Lean, not the other way around. And Uncle Oz would accompany her in her 1935 Chrysler Roadster convertible two-seater and drive from St. John's to Whitburn, which was the ranger station was then in Whitburn. So she would drive from St. John's to Whitburn in this convertible. And in order to leave those two lovers alone, Oz used to wander off into the graveyard and read tombstones. Now, some of you don't believe that, but that's true. Isn't that true, Uncle Oz? Say it so everybody hear you. He said yes, he nodded his head. So they courted, and Oz drove back and forth from St. John's to Whitburn. By the way, she did all the driving. And this went on for about 2 years. So Uncle Oz became quite an authority on kestonology. So after 2 years, from 1935 to 1937, Uncle Lean, at the end of his holidays, never had holidays for 2 years, asked his commanding officer for permission to marry. And they gave him permission to marry 3 days before the end of his vacation. That was on a Friday. So they got married on a Monday, and then on Tuesday he was shipped off to Battle Harbor, alone. And a month later, of course, his wife, Dorothy, went up on a steamboat to join him. This is how they practiced birth control in those days. Separation. And what type of a person was young Dorothy Miller? She was a young woman who dared to be different. And all the people I contact concerning her, they all said that she was different. She was independent. And for a time, she was a very liberated woman. And here are some examples to prove that. In 1930, she had enough courage, gumption, and guts to take off from Kitty Bitty Lake in a biplane, which is a plane with two wings, a Foxmoth, I think they called them, with Captain Doug Fraser, one of the pioneer aviators in Newfoundland. This was a two-wing plane with an open cockpit. And just imagine that. I'm scared just getting in a Ferris wheel. In 1935, she drove her own car. Now, in those days, there weren't very many women driving cars. There were not that many cars. And many is a horse that she scared on the way driving from St. John's to Whitburn, visiting Uncle Ian in Whitburn. I thought she was a young girl that grew up with a bunch of boys. She was the only girl. And they said that they gave her a hard time. But they respected her and her independent attitude. Now, when I was a young boy growing up, I always thought that my Aunt Dorothy was some sort of lady. For me, she always had an air of sophistication. She was not like most of the other grown-ups. And I, for whatever reason, always held her in awe. Well, I'm much older now, and my image, my impression of her has not diminished or changed that much. Indeed, she's a lady, and she's a woman of substance. Yes, I believe that my Aunt Dorothy, our Aunt Dorothy, is a very special person. And the proof of that is that she has brought us here together today as a group for the first time in over 30 years. Only a special person like our Aunt Dorothy could muster such a gathering. Don't you agree? Do you agree? One final point. On November the 7th, this wonderful lady, this matriarch of our family, will be 80 years old. So I'd like for you all to stand and take your glasses, and at the count of 3, I'd like you all to say, "Happy birthday, Aunt Dorothy." 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Aunt Dorothy. Thank you.
Thank you, Art. I just don't know what I'm going to say, but first of all, I have to correct him and say that the Chrysler Roadster and striking-looking car belonged to Ian, but when he was over in Whitburn, he left it with me so that I have a means of conveyance to get back to Whitburn to see him. The driving wasn't nearly as easy as it is today, and he tells me I drove too fast and came sailing into Whitburn, and I should have come in at a much slower pace. But however, I managed to get there. As for my brother, he did go along with me, but not always. I had some other good friends who were not brothers, but were kind enough to travel with me on a few occasions because they didn't want me on the road by myself. So that was rather nice. But all these compliments, I don't know whether they were justified or not, but I appreciate them, and thank you very much. And I certainly thank everybody who has come along today. Some have had to drive from a little distance, and there are a few missing we could wish were with us, but we're happy to have our daughters and regret that our sons-in-law and our grandchildren are not with us. But perhaps, you never can tell, there may be another time. And to those who did the footwork and helped out to make this possible, I'm very, very grateful. And I think originally the thought was, as Art says, I think was Uncle Ian's, because he mentioned it first to me that he thought it might be a nice idea to go home this particular year, and I agreed with him because I think it was. To reach this age, I don't know how I got here, and it's hard to believe, but Ian tells me that the birth certificate says that, and there's the proof. So here I am. So thank you very, very much for being with us today. I appreciate it, and I'm enjoying it too. And the sun is coming out, and it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. So thanks to everybody and those who did all the detailed work that I knew nothing about. And I think the luncheon was very, very fine. So thank you.
If anybody else would like to say a few words before we close, then I have an opportunity to do so.
What's wrong with your old man? He can't say it.
I think they mean you, Uncle Ian. I think they do.
Well, didn't leave much for me to say. However, I think that was Oz that had something to say very interesting. Oz was one of the ones who gave me a hard time when I was party. And I want to thank you all, like Dorothy did, coming out today, and it's just great to see you all. Some of us haven't seen one another for many years, and I know, for my part, there are many of the younger ones that I have never seen before. And it's great to see all the faces, become familiar with them. Thanks again for coming out, and good luck to everyone.
Can Dot and Ian stand up and we get some picture of it? We need some pictures of you where you are now. And Dot and Ian stand up.
Oh.
Well photographed.
First place.
Critical thing before anybody gets up is cake. Yeah. Birthday cake, so we just ask everybody to stay there.
Okay,
Yeah.
you sit down.
If nobody else has anything else to say, good, you may.
I'm not a resident, but I hope to pass it a friend. Always trying to work together. And I'm very grateful to you. I'm George very much indeed. Thank you again.
Thank you, Phyllis.
Is there anybody else? Okay, before we move into the other room, I can stay here for just another moment. And after that particular phase, then we move into the adjoining room. Just hang on for one more minute. Now you had to blow out the candle.
I have to blow. Almost. Wants me to cut this.
No, we'll cut it. You just put a cut in it there.
Just put a cut in. Okay. Here we go.
Thank you.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Brenda, get over there.
Too spread out, too spread out.
Yeah, I gotta wait for it.
Oh, yeah, that's bad, eh? Look at that, huh? Give us a drop there. That's a homemade one, is it? Okay. Yeah, baby.
And like Barbara. Now, come on, are you?
Okay.
You did, now come on. Sure.
You had your friends.
Don't say anything. Don't get a day older. That's a lot of cold.
That's good, sure.
No. Yes, you No. If he, Heather told me she'd let her brother-in-law in.
What are you doing, Dave? But you got the back of your head that time.
Son, you want to give me your camera?
Okay, here you
Yeah.
go.
Throw it at me, please.
Turn it on, Matt. Turn it on infinity, will you?
Infinity. What the devil is infinity?
Took this away. And one more after that.
You want to take a picture? And you want the whole family? Oh, I see. You gotta go there. There we go.
Yeah.
You want me to take a picture then?